Stay tuned for the fact check. It's where the party's at.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Big Apple. It's a scorcher today.
It's hot out.
The only thing I was looking forward to about leaving Nashville, where the day I left, or the day before I left, it was like 95. They do the real feel, kind of like they would do in Michigan with the wind chill, or what it really feels like.
Uh-huh.
And it was 95, but it felt like 100. And it did.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that won't be bad.
Sticky.
Go up to New York, get a little fresh air.
Yeah.
It's 95 today.
Today is hot. Yeah. Yesterday, though, was, in my opinion,
Tolerable?
nice.
It was hot yesterday, too.
It was hot.
I do think real feel,
Real feel.
when you're surrounded by buildings,
Yeah.
it feels hotter. There's no breeze.
It's true. But when I left the hotel, when I left the airport, I had a sweatshirt on. And I got to the hotel and I had to drop my bags. My room wasn't ready. And so then I was walking with my sweatshirt on for a while. And I was like, I'm fine in my sweatshirt.
Yeah, but
I know.
You really
I'm an
run
anomaly.
cool.
Let's talk about this. Okay. So I went home to see my parents and it was so hot there.
Probably
too.
even hotter than Nashville, right? It's a little bit further south.
It felt similar, but yeah, it was so hot. But as we know,
But we looked up the
all know-
humidity.
We did.
It was 1% higher.
Yeah.
in Nashville. You're like, it's a little bit more humid.
like,
And it was 1%.
It's pretty much the same, but there's something a tiny bit different. And I was right. But yeah, so I got to my parents' house and I was like, oh, I'm going to walk to the grocery store. And my parents were like, it's too hot. And I said, it's fine. It's close. It's very close.
How far did they live from the grocery store?
Very close. Like, let's see.
Could you put it in miles or
I don't think-
kilometers?
Less than a mile.
Okay.
Definitely less than a mile. To me, no brainer.
Yeah.
And then, they're like, it's too hot. And I was like, it's fine. It's going to be fine. And then it turned into this crazy, like, you can't. And I was like,
They were worried you were going to die.
yes.
Yeah.
Did
they load you up with water and stuff?
No, they were like, you can't go. Like, I'll drive you. And I was like, well, no, you don't drive me. And then I was like, well, I'll just drive if you're that worried. And they're like, well, you can't drive because this car is here. And then my aunt was coming over and it's like, she won't be able to get in. And I was like, well, I'll take mom's car. And they're like, you can't. She just bought it. You don't know how to drive that car. And I was like, I was there for 5 minutes and I was like,
yeah.
I gotta
I'm
go.
shocked you even agreed to drive a car, which was shot down. But
I know. I already was being like, I don't want to do this. It's fine. I'll just drive.
You were bending over backwards.
I was.
Yeah.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah.
But then ultimately I was like, I'm walking.
Yeah.
And I'm a big girl.
I'm a biggest girl in this house.
I said, I'm 37.
Yeah.
I live in LA.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I'm weeks away from 38.
Well, just don't say that.
Okay.
Okay. So I left. I walked. It was very hot.
Okay. At any point, did you think they were right?
Okay. No, but I was starting to feel like I think I'm getting like in my head about it.
A little anxiety, panic attack
Yes.
feeling.
And then I made
Soul
a whole
cycle flashback.
story in my head where I was like, this is what they do. Everything's so scary.
They planted the fear.
Yes, they planted the fear. And now I'm like feeling fearful about a thing I have zero fear about.
Yeah.
And this is my whole life.
Yeah.
And look what I've overcome.
Yeah. So then you felt good. You're like, I've overcome this.
Yeah, but I also felt like righteous.
Being in the South really has forced me to think about temperatures way more than I normally would. There's so many weird, inconsistent things about it. One is when you walk inside of a house down there, the air conditioning is only set at 78 or 77 or something in the house, which feels ice cold. But in LA,
you would never have it.
You need it at 72.
Yeah, you would never have it on 78.
Why does it feel complete? It feels colder in the house in Nashville because relative to outside, but then you do the math. The temperature's not higher. Like when we get into late August, September, October in LA, it'll be 98, 100. It won't feel as hot as 93.
Real feel
Real feels different.
It's different.
And then I still don't understand why the gap in the AC has to be so much more dramatic out west. It doesn't make any sense.
I think it's because, well, I guess I don't know, but I think like we always set in the summer to 78 and in the winter to 68. That's like what you're supposed to do eco-friendly wise, but also money wise.
Yeah.
So for my parents, it's always about money and spending. So
Yeah.
it's probably more, it probably requires more energy.
Yeah.
To-
of course.
to cool
it more.
it when it's hotter outside.
Yes.
So that's why people are doing, you're just saying it feels different.
You don't
though.
feel warm in the house. Were you feeling warm in your parents' house at 78?
No, but I don't feel warm at 78.
But if you walked into my house in LA in September and it were 78, you would go, why don't you guys have the air on?
Maybe.
I'm telling you, because our bedroom will be
Yeah.
78 and I can't go to sleep
Really?
in LA in the summer or when it's hot. We're not really hot in
Yeah.
the summer, we're hot in the fall.
Huh.
It's very confusing. I can't believe that something like temperature and humidity could be that relative.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, humidity changes the whole game. That's
Changes, yes.
That's
It throws the rules out.
factor. Yeah.
It did remind me too, like my whole childhood in Michigan, I never once was in a house with AC. Maybe my dad's, when I go to my dad's on the weekend, he would live in a condo and he would have air conditioning, but never in my house growing
Really?
up. No, we never had air conditioning. My grandparents, Papa, Bob, and Grandma, no AC. Every window had a box fan in it.
Yeah.
It was noisy as hell. It was just- that made it kind of tolerable.
Is it hot? It gets hot there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Then why didn't they have it?
It was too expensive. It wasn't most of the year. Like I think everyone's just like, yeah, you just got to get through July and August.
Well, that's how California is now because
You got to get through September and October.
Exactly. And it didn't used to be like that. So most apartments and stuff, they don't have AC.
You're
you
not gonna
have
put
the
in
box.
Yeah, and you're not going to put in AC for something that you only need for 20 days a year.
Right.
Like in Santa Monica when I lived there, almost none of those apartments had AC.
Yeah.
And you only needed it like 9 days a year in Santa Monica.
And it's changed. Like it's gotten a lot hotter in LA over the past 10 years. So like now I think these apartments do need AC, but they don't have it.
I want to look that up.
Oh,
because
can you
I
look it up,
do
Rob?
remember in Santa Monica, there was always a few brutal weeks that Bree and I would be like in there smoking cigarettes, again with a box fan in the
Yeah.
window and one out the back trying to get a little airflow.
Sure. Yeah. Has LA gotten hotter? But you don't like the way that's worded?
Oh, no, that's
Okay.
fine. I'll sign off on that search. From 1990 to now.
AI overview says yes.
By how much?
Approximately 2.5 degrees in the last 50 years.
50 years.
Mm. Okay.
Not, I don't know if we would, and then you cut that into a third.
I don't know. I just know when I lived with Anthony,
You also, though, live further east.
I live further east, but
You were
I
at
lived.
Fairfax.
Yeah. You think that's much
It is.
cooler?
It's 7 miles closer to the ocean.
That's true. But it wasn't.
I'll tell you, Santa Monica is a full
Santa
20
Monica,
degrees cooler.
Yeah, even that's fine. But
That's fine. I can accept
I
that.
I understand that about Santa Monica, but the Grove was hot,
Yeah.
but not as hot.
That's a fun thing in LA. So our house in LA is a good 10, 15 degrees warmer than Santa Monica. But then I drive 1 mile on the 101. I go over the hill into the valley, and then it's another 10.
Yeah,
it's
the
like
valley's
30
so
degrees hotter
Yeah,
within 2 miles.
so fun.
Mountains. They'll
Mountains, valleys,
get you. Sea breeze.
aqueduct.
Did you ever use sea breeze?
No, tell me about
I think that was like an astringent for the face for acne.
sea breeze.
Yeah. The stuff that they were selling us in the 80s
That
was
wasn't around when
it was not good for your skin. It was just like put turpentine on your face.
Sea breeze face cream. I'm gonna put.
No, it was like
face
a
cleanser.
cleanser.
Sea breeze astringent sensitive skin.
Is it still?
It's still
Okay, then I take all that back. I don't want to be sued. It's a great, great product. When I used it, it made my skin a little dry.
Yeah. Well, you do have to be careful, obviously, with
They used to think you should just
astringent.
dry your face out
Yeah.
in the 80s.
Yeah. You know, I go to Corrective Skincare.
Yeah.
Shout
that's-
out,
I
Jen.
know. Yeah.
And
One of your many personal sponsors.
I actually, so I kind of freaked out because I have a little breakout now. Now everyone's going to be staring, and that's fine.
You
But I
don't
was
have,
like,
can I tell you something right now? You do not have a breakout.
I do. And I do.
I
And
worry
yeah.
about your sanity if you think you're having a breakout right now because I'm staring at your face.
Listen, I
and
have
so is
makeup
Rob.
on. I have makeup on.
Okay.
Anyway, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, maybe she doesn't work anymore.
You decided she had
I got
retired while you're
so
gone.
worried. I was like, I think maybe she's like lost her touch or something. And then I was looking at my calendar and I was like, oh my God, I am about to start my period. It really snuck up on me.
Okay.
I didn't know. And that is standard. I'm definitely going to have, regardless of corrective skincare, a little break.
You could bathe in sea breeze, but every 28 days you're gonna.
I'm getting something.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
getting
yeah,
something.
yeah.
But she does, for my skin anyway, she likes it to be dry.
Okay.
To, you know, I use a cleanser. By the way, people who don't live in LA and are like, I want some of these things or I need help, I think you can buy some of these products on her website.
Okay.
So yeah, so I use a cleanser that makes my skin pretty dry, and it's good for my skin. And then I use ice.
Did you ever
on
do
it.
Accutane? I think
I've never done it.
You never did.
I was scared of it.
You were scared of it
I did everything else. So I took the antibiotics
because it can it have kidney outcomes or
also like some mental stuff.
interesting.
Yeah, like some
okay.
depression.
Again, we're not doctors.
No,
we don't know. We love sea breeze. We love Accutane.
This is all alleged.
Yeah.
This is alleged. Yeah, some like depression, some potential suicide
That could
allegedly.
also be a very easy correlation, not causation. Because think about why you're having the acne. You're having more hormones.
Yeah.
You're at an age where you're starting to have more of those.
Yep. It could be that. But also it's like intense, I think. It's kind of like a carpet bomb.
Yeah. I have several
Allegedly.
friends that did it. But
Yeah.
I have several friends that like had really bad acne and then they never
It's gone.
did.
Yeah. You can't like get
you can't
pregnant.
drink on it. You're not supposed to drink on it.
Probably. And then you can't get pregnant like for a while.
Okay.
Which always is a little when you hear that.
Also-
It's like,
If you have it in your teenage years, maybe don't get pregnant as well.
yeah, but people have acne like me when they're adults.
Would you call what you have acne at this point?
It doesn't have any wood.
Yeah.
I
The floors, you could get down on the floor.
Oh boy. Yes, I would. I think I have it under control,
Okay.
but yes, at any moment,
Like, let's
could
just put it this way. If
slip.
someone said, does your friend Monica have acne? I go, no.
Well, that's nice, but
I would never, ever describe, and the many things I could list about you, acne would never be on that list.
Well-
ever.
Well, that's nice, but you'd be lying to
Would
them.
you, Rob, ever say that Monica has acne?
What?
I wouldn't put bad skin on.
No.
Oh,
no.
that's very nice. But also, what are you guys gonna say right now? Like that would be if I
I would
did.
just not bring it up.
Well,
You got to understand, like, when I just don't bring
yeah,
it
but
up,
you asked Rob. You put him on the spot.
that was compromising for sure.
Yeah.
That wasn't fair.
But I said not bad skin. But
Yeah.
I also asked a lot. Yes, I put him on the spot.
Yeah.
B, that was A.
Yeah.
B, I only ask questions that I'm certain are going to be, that it's not going to be hard for him. I know he would
know.
never describe you as having acne. I just know it.
Well, that's
We've talked about it a bunch of times
oh,
while you
behind
weren't
my back.
around.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
great.
Like we'll be having lunch sometimes. I'll go, you think Monica's got acne? I'll be like, Monica? Yeah, Monica. Our Monica. Yes. No, why would you ask that? That's what that's what he says when I ask him that. And I go,
he
yes, same.
says, why would you ask that?
Why would you ask that? Of course she doesn't.
Okay.
When we're having lunch.
And then he's like, well, what do you think?
No, of course not. But I heard her say she had acne. I was like, bitch, look in the mirror. You ain't got acne.
What should we
and then-
order?
And then he goes, you shouldn't call her a bitch.
he
And I
says,
go,
what should we order?
I only say bitch affectionately. I never use it pejoratively. And then we stopped talking
And
about
he
it because
says, I don't know if she'd like that.
then we're in the weeds.
Yeah, obviously. Listen, it's not it's not crazy. Like I go to a place that is acne centric.
Yeah.
And it is why it's under control for the most part.
Yeah.
I also had acne for so long. It's not like, this isn't like I was a teenager with acne. Like I have
an
acneic
acne.
skin.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
I am an acne.
No one can tell me I'm not in acne.
I'm Monica, and I'm an acne.
Oh, acne. What a horrible name for it,
It's not bad.
I think it's bad.
I'll tell you what's bad. I was not going
Shingles.
to tell this story.
What?
I'm reading the Mark Twain book, as I've said a million times.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to be in a section for the last couple weeks where almost every night I'm hearing about his carbuncles.
Okay, teach me.
He's got these carbuncles. He's on tour in Europe, and he's got carbuncles like on his thighs, and they're these big cysts, boils, cysts, and just the name carbuncles. It's such a rough fucking name, like shingles.
Yeah, shingles, yes, but
Like, oh,
carbuncles.
my carbuncle hurt. You're like, oh.
But it sounds kind of whimsical too.
I do like that it has car in it,
Yeah.
and buncle's a fun.
Buncle's fun.
But you don't.
Yeah.
This is crazy. So I've been kind of obsessing for a couple of weeks about carbuncles.
Yeah.
Just because I keep hearing it all night long as I'm falling asleep. Carbuncle. So I take a bike ride 5 days ago. We have a whole night. We go out to Nashville, and then we go see Superman.
Oh, fun.
Great movie. Our boyfriend's so good in it.
Oh, good.
Nicholas Hoult. It's really funny, by the way, when like Lincoln starts liking somebody a lot, and like 'cause she has no interest in our job, but then she of course is loving Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And I go like, Nicholas Holt's so good in this. And she goes, you know him? And I go, yeah, honey, I've interviewed him a couple times. You have? Yeah, we're friends. We text each other. You are like, it's only in those moments that
you text him.
I text him. It's pretty one directional.
Yeah.
But anyways, we see that, and then we go, and I am feeling all night like I almost felt like my boxers were pinching my thigh or something, right?
Okay.
I get home, I pull down my pants, and I have fucking like a maraschino cherry hanging off my inner thigh. It's so swollen. It's irritated.
Were you worried it was a tick gone bad?
No. I immediately went, I have cancer.
Sure.
Of course. This is like, it's now coming out of the skin. I have cancer. Of course I have cancer because this house is too nice. I mean, literally, I was so quick to think, of course the shoe's dropping. I have cancer. I'm in a panic in the bathroom by myself. And then I go, man, I think AI is really good at identifying, radiology charts and stuff. I take a photo of it.
Great.
I upload it. Okay. And I did, this is a little dicey. I did say, is this a boil?
Okay. So you sort of led.
I could have potentially led the witness.
Okay.
But it was like, yes, this is definitely a boil. And I'm like, oh my God, I have a boil.
You know what? A boil is a bad word.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want a boil.
I do prefer acne to boil.
I'm like, oh my God, I have a boil. How did I get a boil? Why do I have
What made you even think it was a boil? Why wouldn't you just say like?
I was just like my best, like my Hail Mary pass was that this was a boil, and it was, right? But in reading about this boil, now it gives me this long thing. It's a fornuncle.
Oh.
If you get multiple, they become carbuncles. I was like,
oh my
this is impossible. I've been obsessing about carbuncles, and now I'm en route to a carbuncle.
I know you don't want to believe in the sim, but like, come on.
I know. If the sim was fairer to everyone, I'd believe in it, but I just can't get on.
But just because, okay, this is in like.
All right, let's.
Okay.
I think we'll get sidetracked on that. But so and then I really enjoy this interaction with AI. It says if there's any more information, and I say like, okay, well, I took a long bike ride this morning, blah blah blah, and then immediately it's like that makes a lot of sense. People who cycle get them often because you're wearing extra tight clothes. And what a boil really is generally staph infection. And I'm like, oh my God, now I have a fucking staph infection. I'm not pumped about that either.
That's not good, yeah.
It tells me to do hot compresses 4 times a day, and it'll probably clear up on its own.
Okay.
But I'm not happy with that because we have to go to New York in 36 hours.
Yeah. And staph infection can turn into shingles.
Yes, I did get 1 round of the vax. Hopefully that would have protected me. Anyways, I find a doctor that'll take me in Nashville.
Great.
Kristen's already gone with Lincoln at a vocal lesson. The Richardsons are leaving. Delta, I don't want her to be home at the, so I have this like mad dash race to this doctor. I get there. I love the nurse. She's so fun. And I think I'm going there to lance it. They go, yeah, come in, we'll lance it.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll give you an antibiotic. And she's like, I don't think that needs to be lanced.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh man, I really wanted you to lance it. And she goes, I really wanted to lance it. I was excited for you to come in and I'm going to lance it and all that's good. She goes, but I'm not even sure it's a boil. It looks more like just a big blood blister.
Oh, okay.
But you're leaving tomorrow.
Blood blister, also not a good word.
All preferred to staph, carbuncle, furnuncle, and boil. So I'm disappointed. So I'm so anti-compress, hot compress. Kristen's always begging me to do hot compresses on stuff. I'm like, what the fuck does that do? Get in bed that night. I do a hot compress for 15 minutes.
Felt so nice.
No, even
it hurt.
better.
Oh, it burst.
It just starts opening.
No.
Yes. I took pictures along the way. I have many pictures. Wow. And then it completely like drained. So I was like, God damn, this hot compress thing really works.
Wow.
So that night I actually went to bed feeling pretty good because it was drained, antibacterial spray, Neosporin on top, huge bandage, woke up the next morning, took it off, loved what was happening on the bandage, flat as a pancake.
Great.
Now I'm down to a small Band-Aid.
Great.
Everything's delicious.
Great. Don't say delicious.
It looks pretty delicious.
This is not the time to say delicious.
Okay. You're not in a position to say.
Okay, fine.
Let me ask you this. Are maraschino cherries delicious? Because that's what the first thing looked like. They're not for me. Okay.
Only arm cherries.
Okay. Cherries.
Yeah.
I had a cherry.
Okay, so what? So you got the small Band-Aid, that's it? But then you also have a wart? What's happening?
I don't know what's happening.
Is it a wart?
That's a side thing.
I know, there's another thing.
I don't want to talk about my wart. I was happy to talk about
Oh, no.
You know me, I like talking about things that have already resolved themselves.
It's so confusing.
I know, I have a weird pattern of honesty.
You just talked.
I'll be honest about anything once it's over. Like if I've shit my pants, yes, I'll never tell you while I'm shitting my pants that I'm shitting my pants.
Okay, well,
I'm falling apart, I guess.
I hope.
So I have I don't know if it's a wart. I just felt something on my thumb. I'm like, if that's a wart, I want to handle it. So now
what if it's a
I have a Band-Aid on that erodes.
And are you worried it's a farm uncle?
Farm uncle. A carbuncle.
No, that's when there's a lot.
That's a lot. No, we're at farm uncle level.
Okay, speaking of like this.
Gross stuff that's happening to me.
My friend, when I was home, I was with my friends from home, and they had bed bugs this summer.
Oh.
And the pictures
of
are
all the
on.
They eat you up, right?
She's covered in bites.
It wasn't scabies.
It was bed bugs.
Okay.
And both her and her husband.
You have to burn your house down virtually,
exactly.
Right?
They were they were at their parents' vacation house.
Thank God.
No one else in the house is just in that room.
There was a big New York City bed bug thing I remember reading about
a long time ago. Disgusting.
Yeah, it's rough. We're talking about gross stuff.
Yeah.
So after dinner last night, I'm I'll walk through Central Park on the way home. I love Central Park in the summer. And as soon as I get on the path, I'm hearing all this rustling in the bushes. And every time I look over, I see a rat in the undergrowth. And then I just start seeing rats all over the walkway. And I'm like, I guess if you look at them like squirrels, we don't mind squirrels.
I know. It is like it's racism against rats.
Speciesism.
It is. It is.
Speciest.
We haven't even mice versus rats. We think mice are so cute.
Yeah,
and
miniature mice.
Exactly.
If you were a miniature rat.
Honestly, I'm offended even just
like,
hearing that. Yeah, I that's so bad.
Distasteful.
But I feel bad for them.
They're just little animals on the planet trying to make it work.
I know.
But I couldn't believe how many were just running around the pathways. And no one seemed
Worried.
but me.
Do you think
I was
there
like, are they
a
going to
dead
bite my
body?
ankles? What?
Do you think there was a dead body?
I don't. I would have smelled it.
Yeah,
That
but
body smell.
Maybe your smell is gone because of all this other stuff you have a
That's
sickness.
possible.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I mean, all of those rats in one spot.
Wouldn't
to
they
me
be all over the dead body chowing down
No,
instead of running around the path?
They,
Or they telling their friends?
yeah, they're
We got a
gathering.
corpse.
Yeah, they're gathering.
Yeah.
But wait, real quick, because we're talking about dead bodies.
Yeah.
Which that's really distasteful what I just did, because I am going to talk about some sad stuff, which is Malcolm Jamal Warner died, which is so sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
Swimming.
Yeah. And you guys never take my drowning talk seriously. Just saying. Okay. And then Ozzy Osbourne died.
Yeah. Do we know what?
I think just a hard life.
Hard life.
He was, I mean, it was like
Hulk
he
Hogan,
was
too.
So exactly. So this is so when I was with my friends from home, they were like, well, Ozzy Osbourne had died that day. And they were like, well, these things come in threes. And I was like, no, that's not real. And they're like, we'll see.
And they were right.
They were right.
They do come in threes.
I don't like that.
The Hulk Hogan thing. So my friend Dean texted Aaron and I a picture of Hulk ripping his shirt off.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard he died.
Oh, you just thought it was a random.
Which would not be unlike Dean to
Sure.
just randomly send a Hulk Hogan picture.
Yeah.
And luckily, I wrote a God among men.
Oh, that's nice.
And then an hour later, I found out he's dead. And then I was like, oh, he was letting us know. And I'm like, oh no, that really worked.
It really worked.
It almost worked better. I don't even know if I would have come up with something as appropriate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there still a phone in the tomb of the woman who invented the Christian Scientist Church? She said that they put a phone in there.
Oh.
In case she
Woke up
rose.
and
she
wanted to
needed
order a pizza because she was starving.
She was starving. She was under there for so long. Okay. According to a long-standing rumor, a telephone was installed in Mary Baker Eddy's tomb at Mount Auburn Cemetery in Cambridge, Massachusetts. This is not true.
Oh, boy.
The origin of this rumor seems to center around the circumstances following Eddy's death on December 3rd, 1910. After her funeral on December 8th, Eddy's casket was kept in Mount Auburn Cemetery's receiving tomb until the gravesite could be made ready. In order to protect against vandalism, the casket was guarded around the clock. At that time, a telephone was installed for the guards to use. It was removed after the casket was transferred to the gravesite in January 1911.
You also have to imagine what a phone in 1910 was. I think it was an enormous plywood box.
I know.
Well, maybe, I don't even know if they had plywood yet, but a huge. Remember, you never watched Green Acres, did you? You're too young.
No, I don't think so.
Do you know the theme song?
Sing it.
Green Acres is the life for me. Farm living is a and then Josh Gabor would say, "Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
Oh.
You are my wife. Goodbye, city life. Green Acres, we will do. Well, that was a mess, but I got some pieces.
Okay, so they
Does that
left
ring a
the
bell?
big city. Yeah, it does.
He drugged Zsa Zsa Gabor out of the big city and took her to a farm. It's blessed this mess, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about it? Telephones.
Oh, yeah, because I was going to say, on that show, they had the kind of telephone you pick up and you hold the big part to your ear and then you talk into the little mouthpiece. And there was an operator and that phone was enormous. And that was probably set in the 40s. I don't know. So just imagine how big it is. That's all I'm saying. It might have been the size of a casket in 1910.
How are they even having it outside?
At the cemetery?
Yeah. Even
I don't know.
with the guards who were using it or whatever, like.
And you used to have to crank it. I don't know if that was to supply electricity. I don't know. You had to crank the fucking thing. I kind of wish I had one, actually.
You could probably auction for one.
I'd love to have one in my car where it'd take up the whole passenger seat and that would be my cell phone in the car.
Yeah. Things have moved so fast. Because when we watched What Lies Beneath, they're on a cordless phone. in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just looks wild.
Yes. And we've been doing the Tom Cruise marathon. And yes, what's even crazier is to watch early Mission Impossibles because it's like the highest tech CIA, covert shit. And you're kind of looking at all this stuff and it's like, your iPhone would do way more than every single thing in the movie.
It's so weird.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my heavens.
Okay. How many states have religious exemptions for vaccines? 45 states and DC allow for religious exemptions to school vaccine requirements. These exemptions allow parents to decline vaccinations for their children based on religious beliefs. The remaining 5 states, California, a ding, 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 Connecticut, Maine, a place I really want to go, Mississippi, which I'm very surprised by. Yeah. And West Virginia do not allow religious exemptions.
You'll get surprised, You
will get surprised.
West Virginia and Mississippi, I'm interested in.
Yeah. Okay. Can the Amish borrow their neighbor's car, not have electricity, but borrow their neighbor's car? While Amish individuals cannot own cars due to their religious beliefs, they can't and often do accept rides from neighbors or hire drivers for transportation. The key distinction is that they're allowed to be passengers in vehicles, but not drivers or owners.
Not drivers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you go to your neighbor's house and go like, take me up to Rite Aid.
Yeah, but they better not be Amish.
The neighbor?
Yeah, and don't they all kind of live amongst one another?
Well, they probably strategically make sure it's every other one, like boy, girl, boy, girl. They're like, you got to make sure you got one worldly person to the left or right of you in case you need to go to Rite Aid.
Yeah, this is interesting because you would think if this was the case, you'd see more Amish people just amongst non-Amish people so that, they could like reap the benefits.
Well, where my grandparents had their motel in Sturgis, you saw that. It was like, and and you can tell because out there, none of the power lines are buried. So you're driving and you're seeing power lines come off the main power lines into a house. And then the next house, there's no power lines going into. And then, so you literally could just drive down the road and see exactly who was Amish and who wasn't. But I got to say, I'm often critical of religions, and Amish is quite extreme, of course. But I love the Amish solely because of Rumspringa. I think it's so rad that they go out, not just you should.
Yeah.
Go out and spend a year in the worldly world, and we want you to decide to be here. I think that's that's all you can ask of a religion, really. What I hate is like trying to mask reality from the practitioners or hide truths, or as this term, put it back on the shelf we've heard and under the banner. All these ways to like stifle knowledge and information. That's my issue mostly with religion. So the fact that they encourage a full exploration, I think is awesome. I
think it's awesome too. I'm a little more pessimistic about the actual chances of coming out of Rumspringa and having a true assessment, because you've grown up, it's like you've grown up being told these things about the modern world. And then you're just like thrust in. The modern world is scary if you're thrust in.
But be clear, they're living among the modern world. It's not like they're unaware of it. They're driving in their horse and buggy down the road with, Porsches driving by. But if they're
being told like that's not a good way of living, and then you're in it, I think it's hard to then be like, yeah, I love it. I think it would take maybe longer to fully adjust than they have for the little spring break.
Yeah, I just don't know of any other, I don't know of any sect of Christianity that says, go become a Muslim for a year, go become Jewish for a year, go practice on full other religion, and we're confident you'll return to ours.
Yeah.
Is just rad.
Yeah. Okay, is Alaska the number 1 per capita serial killer state? Yes. California has the highest total number of serial killings, but it's not the most per capita.
Just like California, a high GDP.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just was watching Newsom in an interview on a podcast talk about the amount of money that California gives to the federal government that it doesn't take. So we're in a like $81 billion surplus that California gives to the federal government. Whereas Texas, and I love Texas, make no mistake, is in a $71 billion deficit from the federal government. So, $150 billion difference there.
Yeah, that's something I remember during the fires, when Trump was like threatening to like,
not help
us and not give us aid and stuff. I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, good luck. All California has to do is say, then we're not contributing to the federal government, and the whole country is riding on that money. Like we are
in New York, and
the country is propped up on California.
I think about 8 states. Yeah, I think somewhere in there. Yeah, which is rad. By the way, I love it. That's why we're a union. We all benefit. And
Okay, so what is the current estimate of serial killers? While pinpointing an exact number is impossible due to the clandestine nature of serial killing, it is estimated that there are at least 500 serial killers currently at large and unidentified in the United States. The FBI has previously stated that for every one serial killer apprehended and brought to trial, 3 more may emerge and begin their criminal activity. While the number of active serial killers has decreased significantly since its peak in the 70s and 80s, there is still a concerning number operating undetected. The decline is generally attributed to advancements in forensic science, policing, criminal justice, and technology, making it harder for serial killers to avoid capture. For example, the number of known active serial killers in the U.S. dropped from nearly 300 in the 1970s to fewer than 50 in the 2010s. Despite this downward trend, the FBI estimates that the problem is far from eradicated.
Yeah, law enforcement, the risk they run is they get a little tunnel vision. Like, even if they're seeing a very clear pattern of decreasing, they're like, don't you dare think about cutting our funding. It's still raging. It's definitely come down. It's very interesting. I don't think we really have the answer yet. I think Eric and I were talking about on this trip, there's weird outlets for people now, and weird ways to pacify people that didn't exist. Like, you could sit in your basement and just blast people all day long on video games, and you could be talking to other dudes on headsets and yelling at them and being aggressive, and all kinds of shit can happen online. And you wonder, is that pacifying a lot of people that otherwise would be out roaming around, delinquent and bored with these weird ideas? I don't know. There's some explanation, and it seems like it has to be correlated to technology. Whether that's also, it's way harder to get away with it. I'm sure that's part of it. But again, I don't believe serial killers exist or don't exist because of deterrence. I think if you're that way, you're that way. It's not like, oh, I was going to be a serial killer, but then I found out you get the death penalty, so then I wasn't a serial killer. I don't think it works that way.
Me either. It's definitely a brain. I think it's a brain. It's a disease. Like, I think psychopathy. Okay. So here's an interesting question. Do you think if they discover a gene that is a serial killer gene.
Yeah.
But it only appears in the 8th month of the pregnancy. You can only test it. Do you think the country would be like, yeah, you can abort that child that late in the game?
I think it would be split. I think a lot of people would say, no, you can't kill. Again, everyone that's anti-death penalty would say, no, you can't just kill somebody. That's not the right of any of us or any government. But they would have to live in a very interesting way. There'd have to be some monitoring at all times. Like, if there was a known gene.
Yeah.
And again, that's so tricky of a hypothetical, because so often people are genotypically one thing and then phenotypically not that thing. Like, you could, things happen that prevent the expression of those genes. So you could have that gene and probably not happen. So it's very, very tricky. I think a more compelling aspect that is ahead for us is there's that gene and CRISPR is totally ironed out and dependable, would there be legislation that on that eighth month, you have to use CRISPR to edit out that gene? I think people would sign up for that.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty scary.
Serial killers or CRISPR?
Serial killers.
Yeah.
Then we would be putting in so much, it would require a lot of funding to like monitor those people or put them in a place or, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people would go for it.
I mean, you see the obvious, the pushback would be it's like a very slippery slope. If that's eugenics, right? So we're
It is a
weeding out
slippery
people.
slope. That's why it's an interesting
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Comment if you say yes on the bill. All right. Well, that's it for Caroline. I hope everyone can
Is scared.
sleep at night, even though they're scared.
They're scared.
So scary.
Oh, spank it. All right. Love you.
Okay, love you. Bye.